Destiny Alley, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an awesome start to your day. I'm here today with part 2 of my cheap and easy DIY pumpkin decorating ideas video. If you haven't seen the first one, I will link it in the description below if you're interested in checking it out. These are all, again, inspired by the wonderful world of Pinterest. Not only are they super easy, super inexpensive, they are absolutely gorgeous. I am obsessed with the way that all of them came out, and I really hope that you enjoy them as well. If you have any other questions or concerns after watching this video, just ask them in the comments below, and I will try my hardest to get back to you as soon as possible. And without further ado, we're gonna get right into this video. For the rhinestone pumpkin, you'll need to start off with a glitter base, which is basically just painting a layer of acrylic paint onto your pumpkin, whatever color you would like. I chose white, and then pouring on some glitter while the paint is still a little bit tacky, and allowing it to dry. Once it's all dry, you can add the layer of Mod Podge on top so that the glitter stays intact. I actually show you how to do this to a stem in the first video, and again, I will link that in the description below if you're interested in checking it out. Next, take some glue of choice. I am using tacky glue, but hot glue would work just as well if you want to go down that route. And basically, all you want to do is start gluing your rhinestones all over the pumpkin. There's really no specific way of doing this. You just want to make sure you're covering as much of the pumpkin as you possibly can. If you're using tacky glue like myself, don't worry if the glue is showing a little bit. It's just like Mod Podge. When it dries clear. The most important part about this pumpkin is to not be too particular with it. Just have fun with it. I used a variety of different shapes and sizes for my rhinestones, as you'll see in the next clip, and I think that it came out really, really great. This next step is optional, but I kind of wanted to cover up some of those blank spaces where there were no rhinestones, so I decided to take a smaller rhinestone and glue it on with some nail glue, and I really like the way that it came out. It definitely gave the pumpkin a lot more dimension, and it just overall makes the pumpkin look better. And this is what my final rhinestone pumpkin looks like. I am obsessed with it. It might be my favorite of this video. It is so chic, so polished, and just so beautiful. I would highly suggest doing this to a fake pumpkin over a real pumpkin because eventually a real pumpkin will just rot away and a fake pumpkin is yours to keep forever. And we just worked really hard on this. It was very, very easy, but definitely time consuming, so you don't want it to just rot away. For the nail polish water marble pumpkin, you're going to need to start off with a white base. So I just took my sugar pumpkin into a well-ventilated area and spray painted the entire pumpkin white. When your pumpkin is dry completely, you can move on to step 2, which is basically just taking an old Tupperware bowl or an old bowl that you don't plan on using anymore, filling it about 3/4 of the way up with water, and then adding an assortment of nail polish right into the center of the water. Now, every time you add a drop of nail polish, it should create this really cool expanded circle effect, as you can see in this clip. Make sure every time you add a new drop of nail polish, it's going right into the center of that circle. Add as much or as little nail polish as you would like. There are no exact measurements for this. Just have fun with it and go crazy. In my personal opinion, the more the merrier. When you add your last drop of nail polish into the center of the circle, take a pointy object. I'm just using a kebab stick, and gently, very, very gently, start moving your nail polish around. This is what's going to cause that marbled effect. Take your pumpkin, press it down to the water, hold it there for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then scoop it out in one fluid motion, and you should be left with a beautiful pattern on your pumpkin. And here it is, my super colorful, super bright, super psychedelic marbleized pumpkin. I just love how all of the colors blend together. It's so unique and so original, and I think that's what I like the most about this pumpkin. No two will ever be the same. I ended up wanting my entire pumpkin to have that marble effect, so I repeated the process 2 additional times until the whole surface was covered with nail polish. There are so many different variations of this pumpkin, and I encourage you to make one yourself. If you do, please send me pictures on Instagram or on Twitter. I would love to see your recreations. Moving on to the nail and yarn pumpkin, start off with a saying that represents Halloween or represents the fall and just print it out. My printer is not working, so I kind of just hand drew mine, which is perfectly fine. If you don't have a printer, just write it out with your own handwriting and then take a marker and just start putting little dots all around the world. This is going to act as a guide for where your nails should be on your pumpkin. You're going to need some skinny nails for this. I bought a box of 100 at the hardware store for only $2, and then just take your saying, place it right on top of your pumpkin, and start putting the nails right into the center of all the little dots that you created. This is definitely time consuming for sure. It's extremely easy. All you're doing is placing the nails right into the center of all the dots, but it is very time consuming. I just put some Halloween music on and got into the spirit as I was doing all of the letters. Once all the nails are in place, very gently and very carefully remove the paper. You don't want to rip the paper off because it will end up taking a bunch of the nails off. So just very gently kind of pull the paper until all of it comes off of your pumpkin. Take a long piece of yarn or a long piece of string and tie it to the top nail in the upper left-hand corner of your pumpkin. This is going to act as your starting place, and I just double knotted mine for some extra security. Now for the fun part, weaving the pumpkin. I found this to be very, very therapeutic. All I did was outline each portion of the letter. Here I'm doing the W first for wicked, and I'm doing the first line of the W. I outlined it, and then I just went crazy in the middle, going up, going down, doing zigzags. There's no specific way of doing this. I just went crazy with it and had a lot of fun. Once I was satisfied with the first line, I moved on to the next line, and then the final line to make the W, and then I just continued this pattern all the way around the entire pumpkin, making sure to outline each letter first, and then just going crazy in the center until I have a nice full design. When you complete your design, cut any excess string or yarn off, then take a small amount of hot glue, place it on the end of the string, and just press it down into part of the design until it sticks in place. I'm not going to lie, I love that rhinestone pumpkin that I showed you at the beginning of this video, but this pumpkin might just give that rhinestone pumpkin a run for its money. It might just be tied for my #1 spot. I love the 3D effect that the weaving makes. I love how you can personalize this and make it completely your own. Anything that you want to write onto a pumpkin, just weave it. It makes it so much more fun and looks so much cooler. Shout out to Target Dollar Days for giving me this idea. About 3 weeks ago, I bought a kit from Target for $3, and it showed me how to do Boo onto a pumpkin, and I thought, you know what? This is definitely something that I can recreate on my own and something I can show the wonderful world of YouTube. And the final pumpkin of this video is the melted crayon art pumpkin. What you're going to need is a white pumpkin as well as some crayons in the color of your choice. I am going for a fall themed pumpkin, so I'm choosing some fall colors such as browns, yellows, oranges, and greens. What you want to do is remove the paper from your pumpkin, cut them down to size so that they will fit your pumpkin, and then take some tape and tape them right onto the stem. You want to do this all the way around the entire perimeter of the top of your pumpkin. Now all that's left to do is to melt your crayons onto your pumpkin using your blow dryer. Place your blow dryer on a high setting and hold it about 2 to 3 inches away from the crayons and just watch the magic happen. Seriously, I was so mesmerized throughout this entire DIY. It was so visually appealing to watch the crayons just melt all over the pumpkins. This is definitely the most fun I've ever had decorating a pumpkin in my entire life. If I can make one suggestion, it would be to take your pumpkin and place it into a very large, very tall box before you start blow drying. If you don't have a box at your house, you can get one at Home Depot or at Lowe's or pretty much any hardware store for about $2. This is extremely important because when you start blow drying, the crayons are going to splatter everywhere, and crayons are essentially made out of wax, and wax is very, very hard to get off of hardwood, tile, or out of carpets. Remove the tape from the top of the pumpkin, allow it to dry, and you are done. I am in love with the way that this one came out. It was so much fun to make, so cheap, and so easy. This is another one of those pumpkins that is very unique. No two pumpkins will ever be the same, and I think that that is pretty freaking cool. And that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you thought in the comments below, and please leave any suggestions that you have for some fall related videos that you would like to see on my channel that I might be able to film. I hope that you're having a beautiful day, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye guys!